with that being said, let's see if we can pick out some plays about the near side. This is not a good play. Remember our key word in the near side was overlapped. We're talking about when two players are both on the near side line of the ball. Let's go on to the next play. This play didn't come out very well. It was a foul. It made the highlight tape. How about this play right here? Who's wrong on this play? Well, who's wrong? Black, yeah. Actually, let's go back.
But wasn't the red? Didn't the red cross it over too in front of the black was on a line?
Okay, right here. Let's look. This player here is near side. This player back here is offside. Are those two considered two players?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Can this player come in front of two players?
No.
No. And actually, even if this player could go to the offside, let's pretend he could. Let's take this player and pretend that this player doesn't exist. Look where the black player ends up. So even if this player did go to the offside, the black player fouls by crossing that to the near side play. Okay? And it wasn't called. Now, the next play that we want to look at, we've talked about gap 1, gap 2. We actually saw some plays yesterday where there was some fouls. Gap 2 is not big enough. In this play here, we have this player on the line. This player here is going to come in front of that player. Is there enough room back?
No.
Go back.
That would at least be gray area for a foul, am I right?
Yeah. Yep.
Where's that being played? Where's that?
That's in California.
It's like El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Yeah.
Damn near
It's so
side.
beautiful there. The mountains right here.
Yeah.
Feel
Have you been there?
Yes.
Okay, so we're back to our near side play. We can see the line of the ball. It comes up on the red player's near side. Remember that? When the ball comes up on your left, more likely your near side. When it comes up on your right, play the ball on the offside. Don't swap. Just like we said, if you make a near side play, peel away from the line of the ball. So we have this foul. And there's a turning play. He allows that black player to clear. This player's on the line. This player's coming in front. Is gap 2 big enough?
Go either way.
Probably not. When in doubt, this red player, when in doubt, don't. And if you're this red player, don't make that play. You only hurt your team.
Steve, you're on film and you're in an empanada. Is that okay?
I know, they're good, yeah. I hope he edits that part out.
I want Ed Amster to know that you're eating what you're teaching.
How about this play here?
The foul of black.
Where's the ball? Oh. Ball gets hit up. And actually, this player here, he starts to checking out. Correct. Let me tell you, this is at the Villages Polo Club. We did a 32-goal game the day before. When they put the Villages playing, they went up and they flew a bunch of players down. They had 32-goal polo. This is 16-goal polo. Luis Escobar was Mexican this particular day. This is the president of the Mexican Polo Federation. And this player was checking down, checking out. Remember, the white player does not have a right of way on the near side. Should have gone to the offside on this play. When this player comes in here to make the hook or flip the ball, the white player avoids the hook or play at the ball. And actually, the other umpire, I'm back here, both whistles went. We didn't even talk about it. It was just, spot hit or penalty for the other team. And of course, Roberto Gonzalez came up to me and says, how can that be a foul on Frederico? Frederico had a right of way. I said, no, there is no right of way on the near side. And then Luis Escobar asked the same question. So not only is it difficult for you to understand, some of you said, I just can't, I think you told me the other day, I'm not getting that concept. But even some of the 6 and 7-goal players. But remember, polo is a right-handed game. The rules are right-handed. If you don't believe me, watch Jeopardy. That question's been on there. So think about right-handed rules. We don't have, and if you're playing the near side, you're playing left-handed.
But it's not only because of the rules. You want to do the list? So Steve, this is the play. This is the play that I got. The black guy came to hit this ball. You remember on the video. Now the white guy did this to hit it on the near side. So here's the danger. I went to make a safe play because I never expected to. So I'm basically going to run on top of him. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
So it's not only the rule because it's a rule. All the rules are based on safety. And
Yes.
so I never expected to do that. And suddenly my horse is going 35 miles an hour, and you have a big collision. He gets hurt, I get hurt. That's the reason.
Yeah.
So white film, in the film doesn't look as if had the gray gone to the offside, then the black would have fouled it.
Because the ability of the players to ride is you won't see it. They know that the ability of those players, they're not going to hurt themselves. They're kind of maneuvering the horse around, but that's actually what would happen. Geometrically speaking, that's what happens. One horse will ride on top of the other.
Correct. And actually, we saw one of those yesterday where a player was going to do a near side play and the player from the offside just swapped over at the last second. Remember, we can't make that right off at the point of the ball. If they have to check their swing to allow the right off to occur, then the player riding off is riding into the shot, riding into the swing, riding into the stroke. Okay? And that's the difference between hitting into a pony versus riding into the shot. Okay?
I have a suggestion.
Uh-huh.
You spoke the first day about shadowing, and then we never spoke about it.
Okay? Shading the right away.
Shading the right away.
Yep. Shading the right way. And actually, there's a...
Karma. This is it.
That's a loose term. We used to have in the book shading, pinching, squeezing. And 2 years ago, I was in California, umpiring a 12-hole game. And there was a player, the bay horse hit the ball, and the gray horse just stayed there. Just stayed there. And the goal is right here. It's about 33 yards out. And this bay horse is hitting the ball, trying to get the ball. And this gray horse is shading, pinching, squeezing the right way. So that bay horse can't go through. He has to breathing, in other words, to go through. So I blew the whistle, and Marcos, you need to listen to this. So I blew the whistle, and I said, penalty 2, shading the right of way, penalty 2 to the bay horse. And the player, very nicely, the 4-goal player, very nicely says, Steve, what is it called? I said, shading the right of way. Oh, shading, what is that? I said, blocking. Oh, okay, thank you. And so I went to the rules committee and I said, these players don't understand what shading means. I think we should put in blocking. Because Marcos Bignoli Jr. didn't understand it, and now you will see that blocking is in the rule book. So blocking means a lot more than shading.
He's fully bilingual though, but you probably didn't understand his Spanish.
Yeah.
He called me that night and told me what he thought of you. He said, Steve wants me to put sunblock on, and when I go under the shade.
Yeah.
Was that Marcos?
Yeah, it really was. That's a true story. And he was right. I mean, a lot of us don't understand shading, but blocking makes a lot more sense.
And you see it. I mean, I've seen it more at the higher the level, the more you see it. That the guys will be in front and drifting over and cutting you off.
And
we force you to change your aim.
And we haven't talked about the one tap because a lot of you are not going to dribble the ball down the field. But the one tap is once a player is defended, and we mean by approximately 2 horse lengths or less. If this gray horse, the bay horse has the ball, and the bay horse is anywhere in this area, 2 horse lengths, waiting to make a defensive play, now the bay horse has 1 tap. Since we are forcing, once he has used his 1 tap, then he has to run with the ball or hit away. Since we are forcing the bay horse to run with the ball or hit away, we are calling the blocking the right away much quicker since this rule comes in. We cannot let this player shade or block the right away when we're forcing this player to run or hit away.
And also, can you consider the same thing as not only blocking, but forcing him to change his aim? In other words, if he wants to go this way, you force him to go to the side.
Yeah, for sure. No, absolutely. So blocking the right away, you got to leave that right away clear. Got to leave it clear. And remember, sometimes you just don't have a hit, a hook, or a play. And as an umpire, where are you going to make that call? Right back here, right behind. And umpires will make more calls by looking down the line than you will to the side. And actually, sometimes the bay horse has room to go through. They choose not to, but they come over here behind the gray horse. If the umpires are stuck out to the side, it looks like the gray horse foul. When actually, just as soon as contact is made with that bay horse, and we call it changing the line, the player changes line when the line is actually over here, then foul on the bay. Okay? If the bay horse comes down to a walk, stop, standing still, and he does have room to go through but chooses not to, then it's a whistle and a holding. Okay? The whole thing, if you look at what the USPA has done over the years, such as the umpires teeing up the penalty fives, the no turning rule, the one tap rule, it's all to make it a better spectator sport, easier to play, easier to understand, more fun to watch, more fun to play, and easier to umpire. So a lot of those rule changes have been made just for those reasons.
Steve, I just thought of something. Good play or bad play on my part. I'm back here on the gray horse. I like grays. Okay? I'm bringing the ball up the sideline slowly, looking for somebody. I'm going to hit a neck shot. Very common. Quite often there's a bad guy right up there. He's ahead of me. He's waiting for me to do something. Okay? Now, if I come up here and just come toward him at slow speed, is that a good play on my part?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's slow speed. Okay? Rather than worry about him, I just make him get out of my way.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it.
Not only that, but when you do that, Hoy, let's say you hit it up here, now he has to get out
Exactly.
and clear that right away.
Exactly. That's my
The
point.
gray horse has to have a right of way to go through. What? Yeah.
You have the ball on the near side, and you have one. Play above the no run.
Okay.
Does that make a difference?
If, let's say that Hoyt, in this play here you're talking about,
Yeah.
if Hoyt hits an open shot here,
Yeah.
yeah, if he hits an open shot there, he has the right to come back to the offside, provided nobody
No,
else
no,
is
if
coming
he's
down.
keeping it on the near side, then
Okay.
this horse in front, does he have to get out of the way?
No.
Because there is no right of way.
Well, there is no right of way. He just chooses to play the ball on the near side, thus opening up his mallet side here. But remember, just as soon as that player wants to come back here, if that bay horse is parked there,
Has to get out of the way.
foul. Yeah.
When
Okay.
you see, when you see that play where you're trying to set somebody up and nobody's getting you, you just go right out.
Yep. Go
So
right
the
ahead.
gray horse has the right to change their side.
If nobody else is coming here, yes. Yes. If they play that ball on the near side, and if he has an opponent coming here, and actually we saw some of these plays yesterday, didn't we? They hit the ball on the near side, they're on the near side, and now they come back here for the offside, they foul this player, who's exactly on the line.
Now by choice, and this is a great point, by choice, a lot of you new players, you hit it and you mishit it a little bit, you do hit the ball, but say it goes to the left. And you automatically, just because the ball went to the left, you go on the near side. Wrong. Look behind you, no one's coming. We all want to hit the ball on this side. We all hit better. Cambiaso will hit better on this side. Steve, you are too programmed. This is not a mathematical game. This changes, and that's why it's such a hard game to call. Because you have a factor of a horse, speed, conditions on the field. This is a very hard game. It's not rule by rule by rule. Everything, well, I saw it at a different angle. You have two umpires at the time. When the ball changes, don't go there. Look behind you, because you could have a freight train coming. If that freight train is not coming, go on the offside by choice. And most of you are doing that. As soon as it goes on the near side, you will go on the near side. No, you're alone. If you're alone, get on the comfortable side and hit it on this side, the offside.
And if the freight train is coming, then I'm off.
Then you really should feel out.
Then I feel out.
Unless it's one player and you can take it on the near side.
That's correct, yeah.
But really, imagine in your head every time you hit the ball, it's a white line, it's a white line, it's a white line. You cannot touch a white line with a stirrup, with a hook for your horse, with your mileage you can. That's it.
And there again, this is the third or fourth time we've mentioned it this morning, looking over your shoulder. Today when you go out and stick and ball, just don't stick and ball and look at the ball. Practice, and whether it be next Tuesday or next Wednesday, hit the ball, 20 yards, look up, look around, look over your shoulder, and then go and work and spot and find the ball. And you watch your high goal players, or actually not even low goal players, when they knock in 15 yards, they look around to see where their teammate is. So train yourself to hit the ball, look up, look around, and then find the ball again.
Yeah.
Just don't keep your eye 100% totally on the ball. So work at it.
So if you took the bay out from the back, and the bay horse on the front, what would be
his best move?
Right there. Actually, get and go, because you know this gray horse is going to drop the hammer and you pick him up on the next play.
But not pull back, but just.
No, you can't wait there yet. I mean, get a little bit of speed, because what happens if you just pull out here flat-footed, this player's going to drop the hammer and now you're caught with your pants down. So get a little speed going so you can make a legitimate, same speed, right off. All right. Back to the near side. Near side lesser angle. Remember we talked about this play, and we talked about it on the next shot. And for those of you who think you always have a play on the offside, remember on Friday we talked about the gray horse line the ball is this way. Gray horse is at an angle like that, and the bay horse is coming from this way. Who has the right of way? Huh?
Can you start over? I'm sorry, sir.
Yep. Line of the ball is here. The ball is at that button. The gray horse just hit a little bit of a neck shot and is coming back and is coming this way now. And the bay horse is coming from this angle.
Are you putting the gray horse on the near side?
Yes. Who has the right of way? The gray. The gray. The gray can do an offside here, correct? If the bay horse is coming at this angle, the bay horse fouls. Remember, and that's why we say,
But the bay horse can straighten out and
If-
have an offside shot.
if we have this play,
Establish the line.
now the gray horse fouls. And if we're the bay horse, that's what we want to do, is we want to go to the line, become parallel, become established, and go up the line. But there again, when we do that, we want to look back down here to make sure that no other gray teammate is coming. Okay? If a gray teammate's coming, then we foul when we do this. Gap 1, gap 2, gap 2's not big enough. The bay horse made an unsafe play and let's foul.
And just for your own safety, this is a dangerous sport, and it's a lot of fun, but for your own safety, always, and Steve cannot emphasize that enough, neither can I, look around and see what's happening. It could be someone with a broken bed that's asking for help. It could be your players, all three of you are behind you, so you need to try to go in front. Look around you. That's the best way you're going to stay safe.
Yeah. And we're going to watch some video on this play. And when might we see this play? We see it a lot coming down the right-hand side of the field. And maybe this player hits just a little bit of a neck shot. And he or she comes out and around like this and is coming back to the ball. But then we have an opponent coming from here. And who has the right of way, the dotted line or the solid line? Dotted line. Yeah, exactly. Now, remember, you have to look around, and we also have to know the angle if we are the dotted line at which we're at. Remember that if we have two players, dotted line, solid line, and they're both at the same angle, and that's not a very good drawing, but if they're both at the same angle, then of course the player with the line of the ball on his or her offside has the right of way. Now, it doesn't give them the right to go this way or the dotted line to go this way. They have to flatten out, but they have the right of way. Turtle
Can
flatten.
I add something to that?
Yeah.
In 1 second, Mike, because this is really important. Actually, it brings, and it relates totally to this. And this is the reason why, I think a lot of you that are in the academy saw me doing this, but this is the reason why. Here you have the famous diamond. Did you use the diamond?
Yeah.
This is one team, and this is another team, correct? And this guy is knocking in. And this is the reason why, and a lot of you I tell you, when you knock in, Sonny, I'm going to use this as an example, if you don't mind. And everybody, I'm not criticizing, I've played professional polo many years, and I made a lot of these mistakes, and you see Tango players making these mistakes because of whatever reason. So when you see speed?
Yeah.
So when you knock in, always put the ball in this angle, or put the ball in this angle. Okay, remember this is a circle player. Okay? So this guy, this guy is scoring here. So if he comes down, he's going to foul. If he comes down, he's going to foul, he's going to foul, and he's going to foul. You're giving your players an advantage. The field goes this way, hit the ball there or hit the ball there. Don't hit it in the middle. Now as soon as you knock in, and I hit the ball here, well suddenly everybody has the same chance. And that's why it's so famous and it's so much fun when you hit. Purposely yesterday I didn't turn the ball. I hit tail shots only. And if you notice, it was always one of my players, because I had talked to them, waiting for the tail shot. So I'm here, my players. So I can turn the ball and be really fancy and whatever, but the tail shot will come here only. So neither of these players can come through either. I'm using your example on the dotted line. Right. So neither of these players can go through it because of the angle, right? So they'll be crossing that imaginary line that we're talking about. Now, let's switch. I'm here and I hit an open shot. Suddenly, I have Steve here. The ball, these are the boards. I have Steve here. I have Mike Hudson. I know you have a question here. Now suddenly my players don't have the line anymore. This ball, unless the ball usually touches the board and goes, but suddenly these guys can come on the line. So the point being is it's very traditional in Argentina and of course here in the US and everything. The tail, you'll never go wrong with a tail shot because I'm facing the field here, I'm defending. If I hit it open, you have players coming there. When you hit a tail shot, you're giving enough of an angle, which is this angle here, that nobody can come through. Of course, your players have to. Does that relate to your?
Yeah. No, actually.
Remember that, but that's really important. And the knocking is always an angle, always an angle. And knocking doesn't have to be that you hit the ball 150 yards. I much rather, I can hit it from here, I can hit it to Nevadita, or I can hit it to Sunny, or I can put the ball where the roller is. Most people that don't know polo, they put it where the roller is, and the spectator, untrained spectator will say, oh, what a great player. Not really, he just gave the ball away. Now, here's where the handicap system goes. I have the ability to put the ball in between Fernando and Nevadita. So I can get my players to get to that ball. Everybody that has a little bit of an arm has the ability to put on the roller. So what? You're giving it back to the other team. Might as well leave the ball where it is.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And actually, if we come back down to your pass, again, if your teammate is out there where the roller is, now you have to hit 40 yards beyond the roller. So just a long shot isn't good. And actually, we talked.
Mike, you had a question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
We talked the other day about, and I mentioned to you that we're using spotters down in South Florida now, and we'll have the third man over here. We'll have a spotter down here at the 60-yard line, and we'll have a spotter over here on the opposite side of the field at the 60-yard line. And you might say, why are we positioned like that? Because polo is a counterclockwise game. When we knock in, 95% of the knock-ins go to the right. 95% of the knock-ins go to the right. Polo doesn't go clockwise. Polo goes counterclockwise, because when you hit the ball to the right and you're here, then people can't cross, like Marcos just said, they can't cross the line to get to you. So polo is a counterclockwise game. Mike?
You could go back to the previous diagram you had on top. On the right-hand side, player hits the ball, hits it to the left, he swings out to the right, player coming in another horse this way. You said
Yeah, and he hits a
the
slight
line
angle,
right away.
a slight angle next shot.
Right.
Okay? And it's coming back like this. Right. And we have an opponent coming here.
Okay, so who has the line?
Okay? Right now, this player does. The dotted line. Because he's clearly, remember that rule that we read on Friday? What's that?
On his near side.
Offside. Offside.
That's what we're questioning. You're offside on that.
Yeah. Okay.